Welcome back to Cover Lover Comics, brought to you by FLAKtv. Find love and kindness. I am so grateful for all the likes and the subscribes you guys have been sharing with us, and it just makes me want to keep sharing more content with you. Today, we're going to talk about slabbing, CGC. Well, not necessarily CGC in general, but how to get your books prepared. Now, I'm not necessarily the greatest at this in the world due to the fact that I am a purist. I love to read the books, and I really only encapsulate books when I think that I really need to do it. Here we go. Let's check this out. Right here, I have Crime Buster. Right here, Crime Buster Comics. I believe it was called Boy Comics when it came out in 1945 or 46, maybe even earlier. This has no cover, and it's brittle, and the paper's brown, and it's just punched on and love and been read. I think I paid 10 cents for it. Well, I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to get this graded, even though there is some value to it, being that it's old and probably sought after. Yet again, this is what we're here to talk about. You wouldn't want to get this graded because it's beat up, it's punched, there's no cover, and that's just not going to benefit you as a person trying to encapsulate or preserve a comic book. So let's keep going. Right here is a copy of Superman, the final chapter of the Phantom Zone. This is the last issue right here. As you see, this book has some spine roll, some creasing, bent up cover, little corners are creased. Open it up, you look inside, papers are brown, not looking nice and white. These are the things you need to look out for. Let's take a look at the spine. Spine does have some roll on it, meaning that it was stored with a bunch of other comic books back to back to back to back, and the spines push and bend the books, which is why I store my comic books face to face so that the spines never really touch. These are things that you could pick up, little things you want to do if you find a comic book that you want to get graded. If you look at the back cover shows the creases a lot more. The white covers tend to do that. Plus, if you look at the top, you can see some spotting or some kind of damage from what looks like maybe even coffee. So you wouldn't want to get this graded either, right, cover lovers? I appreciate you taking this ride with me. Right here, this is Uncanny Avengers. This book was heavily printed. And, you know, fun book, fun read, I enjoyed it. Somehow, though, in its heavy printing, it ended up in dollar bins. Just loose, you know, getting beat up, bent, which is fine. That's fine. Because if you want to collect this, you know, if you're looking into value, which I'm not big into value on books, I enjoy the fact that they have value, but I'm just telling you about getting books slabbed, keeping it nice. A white cover in a dollar bin is going to get finger handled and smudges. The corners are going to get messed up, and if you can find one for $1, for cheap, something like that that's in good condition, that's a good hunt. That's an excellent hunt. You got to be careful though. You have to open up the books sometimes. Make sure that you can see inside. Nice colors, right? You want to have nice, bright, white pages is really a big sell point on CGC. This right here is Universe X, number 0. Found this thing in a dollar bin at my local spot, my LCS. It is a lovely little book. As you see, I've got this stored in a bag and board. Now this is what you want to do. You don't want to keep your books loose in a box. You want to keep your books in a nice bag and board. You can choose different companies and different ways to do it. This one doesn't have anything holding it down on the top, which I know drives my friend Dave crazy. Hey, how you doing, Zarstar? These corners right here is where you want to tape. Most people will use blue painter's tape because it has less stick, just in case you do decide to tape in the center. However, that's how you get these dog-eared corners in your poly bags, and they look funny in your long box or short box. That's a pet peeve to some. So let's take this thing out of the bag. This is a good-looking comic, man. Good-looking comic. Look at this thing. Now, everyone should have a local comic shop that they need to support and go digging through the dollar bins and finding fun things to enjoy. I mean, not all comics are treated equally, especially in the dollar bin game. Sometimes you have lucky survivors that have managed to make it through 30 and 40 years of getting just finger moved around and read and checked out. This is a good example of that. This is an older book from the early 2000s. Good art inside, Alex Ross cover, looking awesome. And if you look at it, nice spine, no color breaks on the spine. You have to look for things like that. Sometimes you get a crease, a small one that might not break the color. If you notice there, might not break the color, but you can still feel it or see it. You gotta watch out for that. Those spine ticks are a very important thing to have watched out for as you buy a comic book. Let's open this up. As you notice, I'm not trying to open it up completely. Why is that, you say, Ray? Because, you know, you don't want to crease a book or make it look like it's been too red. You know, I mean, it's sort of like pretending, but at the same time, if you buy doubles of something, you can go ahead and flip through it and read one of them and keep one of them. The point here is you're supposed to get your comic in the best condition you possibly can, keep it in the best condition you possibly can, so that you can get these things preserved. We've talked about CGC, we've talked about grading, and now we're going to talk about some of the controversies as to why this is a little, I guess, odd for some collectors. So CGC, they take your books and they encapsulate them. They permanently make them stay as is. And, you know, I love comic books. I know a lot about comic books. But, you know, at the same time, I wouldn't say I'm the best judge of grade. It's a trial and error because it's sort of a subjective process. What I might think is a 9 or like a 9.5 might actually be like an 8. For example, I mean, I've sent some books into CGC, and there's going to be more coming back that I will be sharing with you here on Cover Lovers. All right. This is a nice Batman cover. Issue 423. I got this thing graded, sent it to the CGC, came back in an 8. Now this is a cool comic book. I love this comic. It's Todd McFarlane, classic vintage Batman cover. Everyone loves Batman, and a lot of folks love Todd the God McFarlane. So this right here is iconic. I have 2 copies, a beat up reader copy, and I thought I might as well encapsulate and get mine taken care of properly. So I got it graded, and I was hoping I might get like an 8.5 or a 9. Got an 8. It's not because I'm a bad judge of character, it's just because grading is subjective. Maybe I don't know all the insides that I need to know, but I'm trying to share with you the knowledge I do have so that you can either A, expand on the information I provide, or utilize what I do provide and see where that takes you so you can get your own opinion, you know, started up. Comic collecting is very subjective, but the beautiful thing about comics is that you can get them encapsulated, graded, and they'll never, ever, ever lose value. Sometimes you can get a book graded, you can make a mistake, which, heck, I've done it, okay? And the deal is, I got a book graded, I didn't realize it was a sketch edition, blank cover. Got it graded, didn't realize, no barcode, no symbol, because there was a blank cover over this meant to be drawn. So I got an NG. Yep, NG. What do you think about that? Not gradable. It happens. Folks, the lessons that we're learning here at Cover Lover Comics are things that I want to share with you because I'm going through this and I want to help you to avoid all the potholes. That's what we're doing. We're sharing the love and the kindness of FLAKtv, which is, by the way, our sponsor here. Make sure and give a subscribe to FLAKtv so you can enjoy all the new content coming out from Cover Lover Comics. And check out our Instagram. It's _Cover Lover Comics and at FLAKtv. Find love and kindness. We'll be right back. Welcome back, cover lovers. I hope you took that quick break to give us a little subscribe on FLAKtv. Hey, so we're going to continue talking about my adventures in getting books graded. Because like I said, my opinion might not be the opinion of the person grading the comic book. It's a little subjective. For example, sometimes I do some, you know, kind of compulsive things. Like I'll buy 2 issues of the same comic book on the day they come out. So I bought this Amazing Spider-Man #4 on the day it came out. I got 2 issues, one to read and one to keep nice and pretty. And I sent it to get slabbed. This is the first appearance of Silk, Cindy Moon. She's a young lady who was bit by the same radioactive spider as Peter Parker. She has a big future ahead, folks. Check it out. I'm sure in some Spider-Verse or an animated series, she will make an appearance. However, I was thinking, I got this right off the shelf. I eyeballed it myself. I put it in the bag, put it in the board, sent it off. Boom, 9.6. hey, I can't complain. That's a well taken care of comic book. And you know, you just got to be stoked on that. Really, a 9.6. I mean, of course you want a 9.8. Everyone says 9.8, 9.8. Oh my goodness, because getting a 9.9 and a 10, believe me, it's almost impossible. Not saying it is impossible. This is comic books. Anything is possible. If characters can die 50 times and come back to life 50 times, anything is freaking possible. Everyone knows about Spider-Verse and Venom and all the crazy symbiotes that have been taking over. We have a huge event coming out soon called the King in Black that Marvel's bringing out. It's all about Null, the superpowered black symbiote master god that has been around since the beginning and formation of the entire universe of Marvel. Inside this issue of Venom number 4 is the origin of Null. I think this has a really cool cover. Yet again, I bought it the day it came out, got 2 copies, one to read, sent the better one off to get graded, 9.6. Can't complain, stoked on it, looks so pretty. Folks, you just gotta take your time. Look at the comic, do the best you can. I mean, none of us are really professionals, and if you are a professional, I hope you're enjoying this video. Here we are, guys. This is my only 9.8 so far. This is the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, Star Wars Darth Vader number 3. Really cool book. I love it. It's kind of like a mix of, I suppose Dr. Aphra is a mix of Indiana Jones and a smuggler like Han Solo. It's a pretty great character. This right here, 9.8. Lucky, blessed, because I didn't pre-order this book and I didn't have it in my pull list, just got it off the shelf, lucky ducky day, sent it out, bango, there you go, 9.8. So enjoy yourselves when you're reading comics. Pick the ones you love the most, that you think are in the best condition, or heck, even if it's just one you love the most that you can't find any more copies of. Take it out, get it graded, get it slabbed. But always remember, comic books come from reading and art and the experience of smelling the book, feeling the pages. That's the purity of what we do here. Speaking of the purity, I'm gonna share one more thing with you folks. This is an example of a book that I would like to get graded. Just came out recently. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue 110. Inside here is the preview for The Last Ronin that was redone. We'll be discussing that a little bit later. Anyways, folks, thanks for tuning in with us. Keep showing us some love here. This is Cover Lover Comics, brought to you by FLAKtv. Find love and kindness. Make sure to check out our Patreon. We got that going because we're an independent small group doing this alone. I mean, not necessarily alone. We've got you guys, and that's what we're here to do. Just be so grateful that you're down to share love with us, and we're gonna keep sharing love with you. Patreon provides the opportunity to get content to you faster and with a little bit slicker production. Yet again, folks, thanks for coming in. Thanks for checking us out. Go to Instagram. Check out @CoverLoverComics. Check out @FLAKtv. Thanks again, and find love and kindness. What's up, cover lovers? You ever dance with the short box in the pale moonlight? Yes, that's what it takes, especially when discovering a Go Find It!
Go Find It!
Oh yeah, you know what a Go Find It is. A Go Find It is a comic book that may have been printed in the thousands, may have been printed in the hundreds, and may be worth nothing, and may be worth a bunch. But either way, it's a comic that I like, and I think is kind of hard to come by. Today's Go Find It discussion is The Darkness. As you see, this is The Darkness Special Preview Edition, brought to you by Top Cow. This is an iconic cover. And the funny thing here is that you probably think this is the Go Find It. Suckers. What the actual Go Find It is the Special Fan Club Edition, brought to you by Top Cow, issue number 1. You got some gold foil looking trim. You got a really awesome looking Mark Silvestri Darkness. Man, this guy, what a freaking artist, right? The inside of this comic is just a great tale building up a little story about a gangster that gets possessed by a demon suit that basically makes him an unkillable assassin. Well, until he comes across the Witchblade. If you don't know about her, her name's Sarah Pizzini, and they're tied in real close. Today's Go Find It, Special Fan Club Edition, Top Cow, The Darkness. Today's cover lover pick for a Go Find It.
Go Find It!
You know, this may be all the time we have for today's issue, but just like comic books, We're gonna keep coming on and on and on. I mean, Spider-Man's on issue 580, so I can't wait to see you guys soon. Remember, check us out. Go to Instagram at FLAKtv. Go to Instagram at _CoverLoverComics. Mostly though, thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the likes. Subscribe to FLAKtv on YouTube. Shoot some likes to Cover Lover Comics, and you know how it goes. I'll see you guys in the funny books.